This is the weird story of how Halloween was invented. Many people say that Halloween is a pagan holiday. Long ago, the ancient Celts used to celebrate their New Year's Eve on what is now October 31st. It's believed that the spirits of people who died over the last year would return to their homes on that night. So people put out creepy-looking turnip lanterns to scare them off. That explains part of Halloween, but what about the costumes and the tricks and treats? And what about the name Halloween? The word hallow is an old word for paying respects to someone. It's a word ancient Christians used. And they used to hallow dead saints. Each saint would be given a day of the year when their lives would be remembered. We still have some of these. March 17th is St. Patrick's Day, December 6th is St. Nicholas Day, the saint who evolved into Santa Claus. But by the year 800 or so, the Catholics had more saints than there were days in the calendar. They didn't want to forget any saints, so they decided to have a day for all the saints, even the ones who couldn't get their own special day. In the year 837, the Pope declared November 1st to be All Saints' Day, the day when they would all be hallowed. Hooray! That meant the night before became known as Hallows' Eve. Sound familiar? In the years that followed, it became a custom for people to dress up like dead saints on Hallows' Eve and go around to people's houses. Back then, there were no photographs of saints, so people didn't remember what most of them looked like. So, they remembered them according to how they died or the kinds of miracles they performed. So to dress up like a saint often meant being in a costume of someone who died through decapitation or by being drowned or by calming a storm. Dressing up as dead, scary-looking people became a thing. At the same time, the poor realized this would be a good night to go around to houses to ask for some special food known as soul cakes. In return, they would promise to pray for those who had recently died. In time, the name Hallows' Eve became shortened to Halloween, and the costumes changed from dead saints to ghosts and monsters. And soul cakes were replaced by candy. So the next time someone says that Halloween is a purely pagan holiday, remember, it does have Christian roots too. Christians wanted people to know that if you live a loving and compassionate life, there's no need to fear death or the afterlife. You will be hallowed, for you have been a blessing to this world through your acts of kindness to others. Happy Halloween!